Coming up this week on Talk with Audrey, Charlotte Jones of the Dallas Cowboys and the Salvation Army National Commander, Commissioner Kenneth Hodder, and Grammy, ACM, and CMA Award winner and CMA Entertainer of the Year, Lainey Wilson. Join me to talk about the kickoff of the Salvation Army's Red Kettle Campaign. Travel expert Julie Loffredi joins me to share her insider tips for choosing the perfect place to stay if you're traveling, the benefits of vacation rentals, and what to consider when you're booking that family trip. Actor Holly Robinson Peete rearranged her entire personal life to accommodate her constant need for a bathroom. But she's not living a restricted life anymore thanks to diagnosis and treatment after sharing her experience with her doctor. It's all coming up this week on Talk with Audrey. Insightful, intelligent, and inspiring conversations and information to help you improve the quality of your life. It's all about the business of living. I'll be right back. You're watching Talk with Audrey. Welcome back. The Dallas Cowboys and the Salvation Army are partnering for the 28th year to support the annual Red Kettle Campaign, which has raised more than $3 billion since the national kickoff began in 1997. Joining me is Charlotte Jones of the Dallas Cowboys and the Salvation Army National Commander, Commissioner Kenneth Hodder, and Grammy, ACM, and CMA Award winner and CMA Entertainer of the Year, Lainey Wilson, to talk about the Salvation Army's Red Kettle Campaign kickoff and how important your generous donations are every year to support the Salvation Army's mission, even after the game. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Oh gosh, glad to be here.
Let me start with you, Commissioner. Tell us more about the Red Kettle Campaign and why it's so important, especially now.
Well, the Red Kettle Campaign has been a part of Christmas since 1891. And over those 134 years, the Salvation Army has been meeting human needs in Christ's name as a result of the generous donations that people put in the kettle. And this year, the kettle is more important than ever. It helps to fund the Salvation Army's local services, wherever those kettles are, across the nation all year long. So it's vitally important.
Love that. And there are a lot of people with needs. How do you help people in their own communities?
Well, we will always respond to whatever the need in that particular community happens to be. Homelessness, food, programs for children, for seniors, for veterans, whatever it is, the Salvation Army is there to meet it. We are not a single purpose organization. We're designed to meet the whole needs of the whole person.
Charlotte, you actually introduced this fundraising approach during the Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving game in 1997. What made you make that connection?
Well, it's hard to believe that it's been 28 years since we first did this. And, we just really recognized that we could take a national audience of over 40 million people while they're tuning in to watch a little football and take a break for a second to talk about things that we're grateful for and partner with an incredible entertainer to bring some energy, but most importantly, some awareness to what the Salvation Army stands for and to all the people that truly need our help on Thanksgiving. This has been an amazing way for us to give back, but also to bring the excitement into your living room on Thanksgiving and take a minute as a family to say thank you and to help somebody else.
Yes.
And speaking of family, Charlotte, this 28-year partnership with the Salvation Army is really important to not just the Cowboys team, but also to the Jones family. Tell us why you're so committed and what it means to help give back.
Well, this has definitely become a huge part of what our family is all about. And I think when you want to teach about tradition and about giving back, it's good to do it when you're young and it's good to pass it on to the next generation. But this has certainly been about what our family believes in, but it's also about what our team believes in. And our players are excited about this cause, our whole organization. Hopefully we'll see a lot of our players jumping in this red kettle and scoring on Thanksgiving Day. And, that's what it means. It means about using what you have, the platform that you sit on, and to do something impactful with it.
And Commander, tell us how important Lainey's contribution through her performance is to the Salvation Army.
We are so honored to have Lainey a part of this year's Red Kettle kickoff. To have an individual of this not only talent, but commitment to other people is really significant for us. She really encapsulates what it is to give to other people. And so we are just honored and delighted to have Lainey with us this year.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This is a treat.
So Lainey, you're helping to raise money for a good cause. Tell us about how you're feeling about your upcoming performance.
I'm overjoyed. I am excited. I am nervous. There's going to be lots and lots of people tuning in to watch, and I'm just so grateful that I get to share my gift with the world and give back. And if you want to give, go to www.salvationarmyusa.org or call 1-800-SAL-ARMY. And then www.registertoring.org. This is just, it's an honor to be here. My family's going to be here too, celebrating Thanksgiving, and to be able to be a part of this. It feels special, you know, like I've always just wanted to sing and write music, and to think that I have an opportunity like this and to be involved with y'all. It's really, it's a great way to end the year for us.
I'm so glad.
Commissioner, what else should people know about why this is so important? I do know for one thing that this is a short season in terms of fundraising. So how does that play into your efforts this year?
Audrey, that's a great point to make. There are 5 fewer days between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. And on average, all of our kettles across the country will raise about $2.7 million every day. So this could have a substantial hit on the Salvation Army's fundraising. Those 5 fewer days could mean less by about $13.5 million. So it's more important than ever that, as Lainey suggests, they go to salvationarmyusa.org if they'd like to support the Army's work this year, or if they'd like to ring a bell. We can always use volunteers at the Christmas Kettle. They can go to registertoring.org. We'd love to have their help.
Remember, the Salvation Army relies on generous donations from the public, and you still have time to support their mission. You'll see red kettles across the nation all year long, or visit www.salvationarmyusa.org. Thank you all for joining me. I want to wish you a very happy holiday season filled with love and joy.
Amen. Thanks, Audrey.
Thank you for having us.
I'll be right back. Welcome back. For travelers seeking some space, privacy, and all the comforts of home, and then some, vacation rentals are the ultimate choice. Travel expert Julie Loffredi joins me now to share her insider tips for choosing the perfect place to stay, the benefits of vacation rentals, and what to consider when you're booking that family trip. Welcome, Julie.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So let's jump right in. When is it best to sort of choose a vacation rental over, say, a hotel room?
Well, vacation rentals are really great hotel alternatives, especially for longer stays, larger groups. You might be traveling with the grandparents, or when you want really the comforts of home. So for me, that's extra space, and tend to be far more private than a typical hotel room experience. You know, on booking.com, you can actually compare all sorts of accommodations to really help find the best fit for your family.
Yeah, I mean, hotels are always great, but you have more options if you use a vacation rental, right? Especially if you think about some of the amenities that you have available to you. So what are they?
Well, amenities are a biggie. You know, vacation rentals have come a long way. You can now find amenities like private pools, maybe family game rooms, outdoor grills, even pet-friendly options, fully equipped kitchens. This is a big one for folks who want to save on meals or maybe catering to dietary needs. My favorite, though, is actually a washing machine. So if I can find one of those in a vacation rental, I can pack less and help keep everything super clean.
Julie, how should someone actually go about choosing a vacation rental? What boxes should you tick when you're making your selection?
Well, certainly for families, you want to look for those kid-friendly amenities, maybe cribs or play areas, making sure that it's close to family activities or attractions. That's a big one. The nice thing about comparing vacation rentals is you can click on different filters and narrow down your choices to find the best fit.
You gotta love filters, right? Keep it simple. And Julie, what other trends are you seeing in vacation travel?
Yeah, so trends are really interesting. You know, they change year after year. So Booking.com's 2025 travel prediction reveal really a rise in interest around wellness trips, right? We want to deplug, and also spotting natural phenomena like stargazing, taking trips to check out maybe the Northern Lights, going to the Grand Canyon. And this time of year, folks are also booking winter getaways. So ski trips become popular. And of course, folks looking to escape the cold this time of year, heading to warmer climates. And another big one for me is making sure that I'm staying somewhere with some fast Wi-Fi, because I'm always tugging along my laptop.
Julie, I know a lot of people are also booking vacation rentals around the world. Anything that people should keep in mind if they're going abroad?
Yeah, so vacation rentals are certainly a popular choice for especially large groups. When you're considering both domestic and, heading abroad, you want to be looking at things like the rating, for example, of that vacation rental, also checking out the reviews. Is it close to maybe some of the activities you're looking to enjoy? And also, making sure you're looking at all those great photos of what maybe perks the vacation rental has inside.
And where can we go for some more information, Julie?
You can head to Booking.com and start planning that next getaway.
Well, I'm ready. I tell you what, I'm really ready. And guys, if you're ready and you want an easier way to relax, recharge, and make the most of your trip, check out Booking.com. Julie, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Audrey.
There's more to come on Talk with Audrey after the break. You're watching Talk with Audrey. Welcome back. Overactive bladder, or OAB, is a highly stigmatized condition, and many patients may feel embarrassed to talk about it or assume that it's a normal part of aging. OAB affects millions of Americans, including actor Holly Robinson Peete, who rearranged her entire personal life to accommodate her constant need for a bathroom. But she's not living a restricted life anymore, thanks to diagnosis and treatment after sharing her experience with her doctor. And she joins me now to share her story. Hi, Holly.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. And thank you again for joining me to share your story. This is something that women, and probably men if they have OAB as well, don't talk about. It's embarrassing, and I'm sure that it's hard to find the words. So how did you find your words?
Well, I was diagnosed with OAB a few years ago. But before that, I just, as you were saying just now, I just thought it was something that, came with aging and menopause and all the things I was experiencing, until I sat down with a group of girlfriends and we all started talking about the symptoms, which are leakage episodes, urgency and frequency, having to go right now. And I realized, wait a second, that sounds like something that I'm experiencing. And I did rearrange my life. I started mapping out bathrooms where I would go places, and I like to travel. I like to, I act, and, there were wardrobe things that I was dealing with. So it was really cramping my lifestyle. And I finally talked to my doctor, and he recommended I try Gemtesa. He told me there could be some serious side effects like urinary retention and allergic reaction, swelling of the lips or face, and more common side effects like headache, UTI, sore throat, runny nose, diarrhea, or nausea. I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you, my doctor and I have decided that Gemtesa was a really good fit for me, and I've noticed a really big improvement in my symptoms of OAB.
But if it really helps, I mean, my goodness, I know that I have friends who don't go to the gym because they're afraid that if they lift weights or they're jumping rope and coughing even and have an accident, Yeah, that's me. I mean, I was doing that. I was working out at home because I just didn't want to be far away from the bathroom. This is a chronic condition, so it means that the treatment that you will reduce the symptoms, but not eliminate them. So it's important that you're consistent with your treatment regimen, and it fits into my everyday regimen so well. And I'm trying to get some awareness out there to urge people to talk to your doctor if you see these symptoms. As you said, OAB symptoms affect approximately 33 million people, adults in the United States. So this is not an uncommon thing, and there needs to be a little bit more awareness. There's a great website called timetogo.com. I urge people to go there
and sort of check that out. But, the changing of your lifestyle does not have to happen. And that's something that I am really glad to be sort of back to doing the things I want to do, going to concerts. I love to do that kind of stuff. And it got to the point where I remember on a set, I was doing a movie, and they were nicknaming me 10-1, which is what you say when an actor is going to the bathroom. I was like, I don't think I want that nickname. And that's one of the ways I realized that this was really a frequent issue, and it was really chronic with me.
So, Holly, you probably travel a lot and find yourself on long flights. Did you avoid beverages and water?
Drinking water, that's a big one. You got to stay hydrated, so that would be, you didn't want to stop drinking water. But I really would avoid a window seat, which I'm a window seat girl. And I didn't hate it, like stepping over people to keep going to the restroom. So now I can be at the window seat. I don't have to worry about that like I used to. And so, yes, but traveling is tough, there's so many different things you have to do to get ready to travel. I just came back from a long trip overseas, and I just remarked at how few times I went to the bathroom, and that it just wasn't the drama experience that I've had in the past. So really excited to be able to share this word and talk to people about these symptoms and what OAB is, and just get the awareness out. I think the biggest takeaway I want to give and leave with people is to not be afraid to have that conversation with your doctor.
Right? Yeah, ask the question, be open. The doctor is there to help you, and they've certainly heard everything. They've seen most things, and you don't have to be afraid to speak with your doctor as soon as you notice that you're having these issues. Holly, I mentioned earlier that you're probably traveling a lot, and I know that you're also a busy actor with an incredible career, and you're an advocate on so many other fronts. What have you been up to lately?
Well, I co-host a show called Queen's Court, which is streaming now on Peacock and Bravo. And that was fun, a dating show for people in their 40s and 50s, and, when they think we're not supposed to be dating. And that was a lot of fun. So that's streaming now. And I also did a great holiday spectacular Lego show that's going to be on Fox coming up on, I think, December 10th. So those are a couple of things I've been working on. And of course, Holly Rod Foundation is like my fifth child, and we support families impacted by Parkinson's disease and autism.
And you're a very busy woman indeed. I want to thank you, Holly, for joining me on the show today. And guys, don't forget to check with your doctor or your healthcare provider if you're experiencing symptoms. They're there to help you. And there is help available. Holly Robinson Peete again. Thank you for joining me.
Same to you.
I'll be right back after the break.
I'm Tim McGraw, and I have a challenge for you. Nearly 30 million Americans have diabetes. Most have type 2 diabetes. I've seen firsthand how it impacts Americans from all walks of life. It's affected my family, friends, and fans. That's why I'm speaking out about how important it is for those living with type 2 diabetes to get their blood sugar under control. I'm encouraging all Americans to join me and challenge their family and friends with diabetes to get to their A1C goal. I've learned that about 1/3 of adults living with diabetes are not at their A1C goal, which can lead to serious health problems over time. Let's change that. If you have diabetes, take the challenge. Pledge to work with your doctor to set and reach your own A1C goal. Also, be sure to learn if you're at risk for low blood sugar and how to reduce that risk. I'm a strong believer in making healthy choices, and I want to help my family, friends, and others with diabetes do the same. Join me now at americasdiabeteschallenge.com. Together, we can make a difference.
I'd like to invite you to follow Talk with Audrey on Twitter and on Facebook. Simply visit talkwithaudrey.com, where you can also sign up for my free weekly newsletter and for access to exclusive web content and information about upcoming shows. Visit talkwithaudrey.com. Welcome back. Joining me now, lifestyle expert Martin Amado with tips for staying safe while decorating and cooking during the holiday season. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Audrey. How are you? Well, as you said before, we're doing a lot of decorating, we're doing a lot of cooking in the kitchen, and of course, we want to do so in a safe manner. So according to the National Fire Protection Association, during Christmas Day and also Christmas Eve, we see nearly twice the daily average of home cooking fires. So that's not good. And also we see a spike in carbon monoxide incidents because of all the fuel burning devices that we use. So what can we do right now to make our home safer? Of course, you want to make sure that all of your smoke alarms and your carbon monoxide alarms are functioning properly. You also want to make sure that they're installed in every level of your home, all the bedrooms, including the basement. And specifically when it comes to the carbon monoxide alarms, you want to make sure that, yes, they're installed in every level of your home and also outside of every bedroom and in the central location of your home as well. So one thing that people need to realize is that these alarms don't last forever. I mean, you have to replace them every 10 years, right? And that when the time comes to do so, you might as well go ahead and upgrade to the newest technology, because there are new smoke alarm technical standards going into effect next year in June of 2024, to be specific, that actually makes these alarms function even way better. The good news is you don't have to wait till next year. You can actually incorporate them and make your home safer now, because you can find them in stores. Specifically, the First Alert line of new alarms called precision detection alarms, which are great. You can find them at Lowe's. They help reduce what's called nuisance alarms. So for example, if you're cooking in the kitchen and you happen to burn a toast, right? And in other situations, that can trigger an alarm. Well, this new technology can actually detect the difference, in addition to also detecting fires that are more prone to spread quicker in modern homes with newer, furnishings and construction materials. So that's good to know. Again, newer technology can only make our home safer.
And because the technology changes so much, you really need to look into changing them more frequently, especially if you have an older home and you haven't changed them in a little bit. You probably have some really old smoke alarms.
Absolutely. And the good thing about these alarms is that you can always buy like a 2-in-1 combo. So you can buy a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm in one unit. So you don't have to have like all these different units spread throughout your home, or you can separate them. You can do a carbon monoxide alarm. You can do a smoke alarm as well. But the good thing is that it's a very DIY friendly installation. You don't need an electrician, for example, unless you do a hard wire. But even a hard wire is very simple to do if you follow, basic instructions. So it's all about, a minimal investment to protect your home and also, keep your family safe and sound.
Martin, you mentioned earlier that there are more kitchen fires during the holiday season. Do you have any tips to avoid fires in the kitchen?
So I think it's all about, practicing, common sense, safety habits, if you will. So if you're cooking, never leave the stove unattended, right? Never turn around, never walk away from it. I have a gas stove, for example, and sometimes the flame is so low that when I take a pot off the stove, I forget, because I don't realize that it's on, right? So you want to make sure and always triple and double check things. Better to be safe than sorry. Never really install an alarm close to a major appliance in your kitchen as well, because it can trigger those nuisance alarms. But thankfully, with the new technology that we spoke about before, those incidents are reduced with the First Alert precision detection alarms. And also when it comes to just safety in general, it's always good to have a fire extinguisher readily available and to know how to use it, of course. And in case you panic, just remember that always the step-by-step instructions are written on the front of the canister itself, should you, God forbid, need to use it for any incident happening in your home.
Absolutely. And do you have any safety tips that we should keep in mind when it comes to the tree and decorating the house for the holidays? Because there's a lot going on.
Of course. And you can see this tree right here behind me. It's absolutely beautiful. And whether you do a faux tree or a real tree, to make your home safer is you want to make sure that you never install them or place them or decorate with them closer to a heat source, if you will, like at least 3 feet away. So I'm talking about your fireplaces, your radiators, and even a simple thing as a candle, right? Like I love using candles in home decor, especially during the holiday season. It creates a lot of ambiance. But one thing that you can do right now to make your home safer is replace a real candle with a real flame with a flameless candle. It gives you the look and it's much safer, especially if you have small kids and pets running around the house that can easily knock a real flame over, a real candle over. Also, when it comes time to decorate, if you do like a real tree and you're lucky to go to a tree farm and pick it out, or, your home improvement store, whatever way you have to buy that real tree, right? Make sure that you check the water level daily, because if you tend to use like your heat systems, your heaters, it does tend to dry out the branches way quicker. And then when it comes time to decorate with all your light sources, make sure that you don't connect more than 3 strands together. It can overheat the circuits and it can, lead to a fire incident or start a fire. And of course, we don't want that to happen. So again, it's all about simple but common sense things that we can all implement right now to make our home safer and create beautiful memories during the holiday season.
Terrific. Where can we go for some more information, Martin?
For more information and great safety tips, you can visit firstalert.com. And also for information on the new First Alert line of smoke alarms called Precision Detection Alarms that are available at Lowe's as well. You can find it there as well at firstalert.com.
Martin, thanks so much for joining me, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too, Audrey. Take care.
And that's it for this week's show. I'm Audrey Adams. Join me here next week for more insightful, intelligent, and inspiring conversations and information to help you improve the quality of your life. It's all about the business of living. I'll see you next week.